Hi everyone, Sarah here. Welcome to my channel. I love everything creative and that's what you'll find here. And today we're doing some coffee painting. So I have some instant coffee here, a very small amount in the first well, a little bit more in the next well, and quite a bit in the next well, and all we do is add some cold water and give them a stir, and that gives us our three colours. Well, our three tones of a nice rich brown, so we get a nice tonal painting at the end, and you can paint absolutely anything you like with these. I have a piece of watercolour paper here and a watercolour brush. I wanted to mask off the centre of mine because we're going to add a word into the centre, but as you can see I have just drawn a little rectangle in the middle with my pencil, and I'm going to keep that free of the paint. So first of all I'm going to start off, I've got a bit of water on my brush and we're simply just going to practice some circles. So it's great for practicing your paintbrush skills here, and so then I'm going to dab in the colour, and that colour is our coffee colour. So I've got the medium colour here, and see, it does just work like watercolours, and your paint dabs in just beautifully. I've actually come away for the weekend just now. I'm just at my dad's house and I didn't bring my paints with me, but I did happen to find a piece of watercolour paper and my dad's paintbrush. As many years ago we took watercolour class together, and I thought, I know, because I haven't got my paints, I'll get a little sachet of coffee, and so let's have a go at some coffee painting. Years ago I did coffee painting while I was at college, and it brought it back to me when Marci from Mix It Up with Marci, she's got a YouTube channel on here, she did some coffee painting. She's done loads of coffee painting on her channel, and so we got in touch and I said, oh, I think I'll do some. So there we go. So head over to her channel and see lots more creative coffee painting over there. As I paint my circles, I'm just going to mix up the different colours, the different styles, and just keep going until I get right around the edge. So another thing you can do, you can add a little bit of the granules on top of your wet coffee, and that will slowly dry and you'll get a darker patch there. And we're going to just keep working on top and working our way around, work it until we've got a lovely finished piece. So another thing that's really nice to do, like you can do with watercolour, is add some salt granules on the top. So you add these on and then just let them fully completely dry. If you're new to painting or haven't painted for a long while, it's just really good to get using the coffee and practice your brush control here with all the different colours and all the different techniques. It's just a good practice. Or if you don't have any watercolours, then this is good to see if you like painting, and it's just really nice because you don't have to think about the colours. You've got three tones of one colour and you can just see how you like to build up a picture. You can draw absolutely anything you like. So again, we've gone in with some salt there, and you can see I'm gradually building up the picture, evenly spreading out like the light tone, the mid-tone and the dark tone, and that just gives a nice harmonious picture. And I'm just leaving that central rectangle free because we're going to add some text in there later, and I'll show you how to do that with a little technique that we can get our nice typography with. So nice controlled brushwork, add in some more, and just keep enjoying yourself, keep painting away like I have here. See, just keep on going. I do apologise if there's some background noise, that my computer fan is just going like mad because it's so hot. Anyway, we're nearly finished with the painting bit, and then what you do have to do is let it dry completely. Here it's nearly dry, not quite fully dry, but I feel it needs a little extra, so I'm going to add some splashes of paint, splashes of the coffee. So if you get 2 paintbrushes or your paintbrush and a pencil, and then just tap. You need to tap one on top of the other or the other way around. You get a bigger splash if you put the paintbrush on the top. Just adds a bit more spontaneity to the piece and a bit more drama, I suppose. Just add some splashes. And then we're going to go back over this later and add some more details on the top. So here we are, it's fully completely dry. I actually left it overnight. And then in the centre I've done a selection of, I thought, what word should we do? And hello, that's what we've gone for. I drew out the one I wanted, and then I've drawn it to the size that I wanted, just by gently trying to see if it works or not, and then I shall cut that out. And then on the back, if you just scribble all over it with a graphite pencil and then hold it over the top, we can then transfer this from the paper onto your paper. So if you've got some lettering on a piece of paper that you've printed out, you can do this method with that. So you just scribble on the back of it and then just line it up over the top and then trace. If you press nice and firmly, that lettering will transfer to your paper, because we're not all perfect at typography and calligraphy, so sometimes we need a bit of help. And so there we go, I've transferred that all to the top, and I'm just going to go round it with the pencil in a moment. But first of all, just get rid of all the salt, so if you just rub it all off gently, and then we'll tip it off to one side. So we don't want any of that to interfere with the next lot of coffee painting we're going to add onto the top. So all the salt's disappeared now. So I'll trace over, but by all means, if you're fantastic at calligraphy, many of you will be, many of you not. I'm not 100% confident with mine yet, so I just like to do it this way and trace it on. But if you can do it, then obviously just take your paintbrush and paint away. It's a nice easy step for you if you can do it, but you can obviously use this method to do on some wooden signs and things, and I do this on one of my other videos, some wooden signs. And then simply take your darkest paint and just paint hello. So initially go on it first. So what we do with calligraphy, upward strokes are thin, and then your downward strokes press a little firmer, and the downward strokes are thicker. And it's excellent brush practice as well with this. And so we can go in and then add some more of the darker colour to your wet, and then it will all blend in lovely. And just keep going. So thin upward strokes, thick downward strokes, thin upwards and thick down. Just keep going until you're done, and then we'll add a little bit more detail into the rest, and then we're done. So I've added in most of the calligraphy now, and I'm just going in to make it a little darker. And then once we've done all of that, I'm just going to go in with my darkest coffee and just going to add in some details. I think some people have said they can't necessarily add the coffee in afterwards, but I've never had a problem with my Kenco Smooth, so always been fine. So just do lots of patterns, lots of textures, and just keep adding away. So that your hand's not in it all the time, just turn your page so that you're working in the bottom right if you're right-handed, or the bottom left if you're left-handed. Just add some nice little textures and nice little details and keep going until you're happy. And at the end, make sure you wash that brush out completely fully. We don't want any coffee in it if you do come to do your watercolour. And so with this, I've got a wet brush, just a wet brush, adding some detail. So here, just a circle and a dot. And if we take our tissue, we can take that colour away. So thanks to Marci for that tip over on Mix It Up Marci. I didn't know you could do that, and it's rather cute. So there we go. Thank you for watching. I hope you do have a go at some coffee painting and come back to see more crafts soon. Bye for now.